It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown newspaper. And if you haven't noticed by now, we are out at Tinley Park High School, home of the Titans, the 2-0 Titans at that. You know, this is being shown Wednesday, but today we're taping on Labor Day. And as you can tell by my shirt, we're laboring, man. It's a hot one here. You know, I have to climb under fences to get into the facilities. Whole lot of fun here so far at Tinley Park High School. But happy to be here. Have a couple great guests for you. Football coach Nick Johnston will be our first guest. Talk all things Titans with Coach Johnston. And then we're going to have on senior linebacker Eric Schultz as our second guest. And Eric's one of the most decorated student athletes in Tinley Park history. This is a kid that made all area last year as a junior. He's got over 240 tackles in 2 years for the Titans, and also one of the best wrestlers in the state. Finished runner-up in the 195 weight class last year, and then as a sophomore he finished in runner-up in the 170 weight class. So this is the year I think Mr. Schultz is going to get this thing done and win a state championship for Tinley Park. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Remember, beggarspizza.com. Sign up for the Big Cheese Club. A lot of good things happening on the online website with Beggar's Pizza. All right, folks, we come back. Nick Johnston. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
At Standard Bank, we help our neighbors make tomorrow brighter. Families count on us for personal service and banking convenience. Business owners find smart solutions and the resources to capitalize on new opportunities. It's one thing to locate in a community, quite another to invest in it. That's what we do at Standard Bank. We're people you know, services that make your life easier, and financial strength you can count on. We're Standard Bank, in your neighborhood.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, couple guests today. A little treat here. We got Tinley Park football coach Nick Johnston and his daughter Abby as our guest. Thanks for coming on board, Abby. Nick, thanks for coming, my man.
We're glad to be here, Pat.
Hey,
back on campus.
Back on campus. You made it a little difficult for me, though.
I did. It was hot. The school was shut down. It's Labor Day, but
I'm crawling under gates.
Right, just like back in the day.
Back in the day, over the gates back in the day. I can't go over the gates anymore.
Well, you're slim and trim, so under the gates is no problem for you.
But this, it's 95 today. I'm sweating profusely, but it beats last year when the gnats were eating us up.
Man, the gnats loved my head. I don't know what I had on my body, but they loved it. And
they love me too.
Yes.
All right, Nick, 2-0, man, and I know a coach is never satisfied, but evaluate your team's performance through 2 games, buddy.
Opening game, Rich South. It's first game. You don't know exactly what to expect because you need a game under your belt.
Yep.
So there's always questions, but we came out real strong. It was a great team effort, offense, defense, special teams wise. So I was really impressed with us offensively as far as getting off on a great start, scoring on every possession.
Yep.
Our quarterback Dan McCullough, he played outside linebacker, came in and been our quarterback, and without the quarterback experience, you're just not quite sure how he's going to handle it under pressure, and he did a phenomenal job.
Great job, and I know Lamont Brooks had a big game for you too.
Brooks, 237 yards, and it was phenomenal.
And you backed that up with a 21-0 shutout of St. Ignatius, who beat Bremen in week 1, and you're going up to St. Ignatius. That's impressive, man.
Yeah, we saw them in film, and they were very impressive. Very big, well-coached, disciplined, and they really controlled the ball in offense against Bremen, and that's what we wanted to do against them, and we ended up controlling the ball, and our defense did a phenomenal job shutting down their option attack.
Great. What are you most pleased with? Offense, defense, special teams?
Yeah, go ahead.
What would you think? What has surprised you most?
Well, all 3 phases have played excellent thus far. I think our special team still needs more experience. We only punted once, so
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. But during the year, it's going to, it's in closer games. It's going to get closer and closer. We're going to have great special teams, so we need to continue to work on that aspect of the game. But the week 1 definitely offense was fantastic, putting up 49 points. And then last week, I'd have to say the defense really surprised me. I mean, they really pursued well to the ball, the perimeter, and stopped the inside run, and we're very disciplined against the option.
What do you think this offense is capable of? I mean, you talk about McCullough transitioning to quarterback, Lamont Brooks having a couple big weeks for you, and then you got you've got Maurice Robinson at wide receiver, man, who's a big play guy.
Yes.
And then 4 offensive linemen returning starters back, right?
Right. So sky's the limit. I mean, it's all up on to us to not beat ourselves, to not make mistakes, get us out of 3rd and long situations or 4th down situations, and really 1st and 2nd down execute.
Yep.
If we do that, the sky's the limit. We have to be able to dish the ball and to Lamont and Maurice, and that starts with the offensive line being able to do their job up front, pass protection and running the ball.
Yep.
So it starts with them.
This Eric Schultz, who we're going to have on our next segment, man. I mean, as in terms of a linebacker, what does this guy bring to the table, man? Because 248 tackles in 2 years, that's pretty phenomenal.
What he brings is an attitude where it is just he comes ready to play, and not just at games. Monday through Thursday, he is ready to play, and he's ready to compete, and that sets the tone with our kids. Hey, he's been there before. He's done it in football and wrestling. And if he's working hard at practice and going full, it's other guys see, hey, if you're going to be that good, you got to give 110%. And he really sets the tone on defense with his physical play, his presence, just doing the job every single day in practice, and then he brings it right to the game on Friday night with that intensity. He's intense, and as you see when you interview him, he's quiet and reserved, but when he knows how to turn it on.
Right. He's got that wrestler mentality.
He does.
Man,
he does.
He's a stud wrestler too, man. So he's got that mentality, right?
He does have that mentality. He digs in, and he's able to get kids to the ground, and he's faster than what you think when he gets on grass, and he really runs well, and he's a great grappler with his hands. He's got great wrist strength. Yep. So and it brings the wrestling onto the grass, and we'll take it.
And what I love, man, and here's his father, an 87 Tinley grad, and he's wearing his dad's shirt from the state championship team back in '86. I mean, how cool is that? Send his son here, making a tremendous impact. I know he's had, I think, 2 daughters that have been here. He's got 3 more on the way or something.
Yes.
Another one's a sophomore. I think he's got 2 or 3 coming up.
It's a big family. He's got a lot of females, and Eric's the boy, and he's he coaches at Richards, but he finds time to.
He's tight and through and through.
He's tight and through and through, and we're really glad that he chose Tinley because Eric had options, and I'm glad he stuck with the tradition. He knew his tradition, his background, and he felt this would be the best fit for Eric, and it's really panned out, and it's really helped our programs. Yeah. And hopefully it continues to generate great 8th graders that come in here with the tradition, and families moving back into town, and they come in with their families and continue to come to Tinley Park.
Yeah, because he said his oldest daughter had a great academic and athletic experience.
Yeah, she had a great career at Tinley. Now she's at Iona, having a great career in water polo. So it's a great gene pool. Yep. So we love to have the family at school.
That's what it's all about, unique. Man. So what do you think from a goal standpoint? Lamont, Oak Forest, in the blue. Do you think you guys got a shot at this thing? I think you definitely do, but what do you think, man?
Well, I think you can't leave out TF South because they've had a great. This sophomore class is now seniors, and they're always up there pushing for the conference, and you can't leave them out. Oak Forest and Lamont are obviously very, very solid football, and we have to be able to go every week. But you can't overlook anybody. And once you do, you end up having a poor game or not being successful. So we got to play week by week. But I give we talk about conference championships here at Tinley. every single week, but we don't want to overlook anybody. Our goal is 3-0, obviously, after Friday night.
Yep. And speaking of Tinley Park and tradition in the program, Sweet Lou Narish, longtime coach, who's still part of the staff, right? Still helping things out.
Coach Narish stops by every once in a while.
Right.
He stopped by in the summer, and he'll give me a call. He'll make his stop at my house.
Right.
Some days on the weekends and put his 2 cents in. And he's still on our huddle account, so he'll watch our game film and he'll call me and be like, Nick, I saw this. We have to make an adjustment here.
Did you call him? Have you called him since Nebraska lost that last second? His alma mater, Nebraska?
I was going to call him Saturday, but I figured he'd be in a bad mood, so I passed, and I'll wait till he gets back in town and makes his weekly visit.
Yeah, just check up and shoot me a text.
Yes.
I want to make sure everything's okay with him, because that was a tough one.
And he
man.
did have to drive home. I think he drove, so he had whatever long it takes to get home from Lincoln. Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe he's calm by the time he gets home.
That's a rough
but
one,
yeah,
man.
he continues to help out, and his presence is greatly respected.
Good. That's good to hear, man. He's a
needed.
Tinley guy
He's
through
a Tinley
and
through and through.
He's awesome. All right, well, Nick, man, good luck the rest of the season. Good to see the Titans off to a good start. You're hosting TF North here Friday night, 7 o'clock. Come on by, have a walking taco.
Oh, delicious barbecue here, the grill. The crowds, I mean, the first game, it was packed. We ran out of food, so get here early and often.
That's right, man.
Make a visit to the concession stand.
Plenty of parking available. They'll
Yes.
put you right down 175th Street if they have
We'll
to.
use
man,
Panduit if we need to. But we'll get you in.
They will get you in here. All right, Nick. Good luck
Thank you
the rest
for
of the
having
season,
my
okay?
daughter and I. We really appreciate it.
That's
and thank you.
Thank you for coming on
Thank
board,
you.
Abby.
Say thanks, Abby. All right.
How do you ever get mad at her? You can't get mad at her ever, can you? She never does anything wrong
never.
anyways, right?
Never.
All right, folks, we come back. Senior linebacker Eric Schultz will be our guest. Stay tuned.
You can only make one first impression. So make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed. Only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, our next guest from Titan Country, senior linebacker Eric Schultz. Eric, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for coming on board. And you see that? Gerard gets that picture of Eric's shirt, 1986, Class 4A champions. Eric's father, Eric Sr., a member of that 19-team school. I mean, they had 19 kids on that team, won a state championship, and Eric's father being one of those players. So I'm sure you and your pops have had some good discussions over the years. A little bragging rights on your dad's part, or what, Eric?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, huh? I think the Titans, though, this year, you guys 2-0 start, man. You guys are looking really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pretty confident or what?
Yeah.
All right. So this is your third year on the varsity. What separates this year's team from previous teams, Eric?
I would say we have a little more confidence, a little bit more experience.
Yep.
And I think we're more together as a group.
Yeah, tight-knit group then, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of seniors. This is a senior-dominant team, right?
Yeah.
All right, so playing linebacker, man. I mean, I know it's nice to lay a hit on somebody. What is the best part of playing linebacker?
You have a chance to make every tackle on the field.
Every tackle, man, huh?
Yeah.
And that's your goal pretty much, right?
Every play.
I got to think last year, I think you almost accomplished that goal, if I remember correctly, because you're an all-area kid, man. You had, 200 tackles. It was something unbelievable, man. So you did make about every tackle on the field last year, so kudos to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you think this team is capable of achieving this year?
Anything we put our minds to.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That tight of a group, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you're also a tremendous wrestler. Finished runner-up the last 2 seasons at state. 195 last year, 170 as a sophomore, and then you finished 6th as a freshman. And you're being recruited by some big-time programs. You're just coming off a visit to Nebraska, huh, this past weekend?
Yeah.
All right. And what about, you said you got like 4 other schools you're considering. What are those 4 other schools you're considering?
Virginia, Missouri, Michigan, and Oklahoma.
Wow. And when would you like to make a decision? When do you think you'd like to close this thing up, man?
Probably after football season.
After football, but before wrestling? Or are you going to let the wrestling season play itself out?
Maybe like a couple weeks into wrestling by the latest.
Okay. So how does wrestling and competing at a high level help you on the football field and vice versa, man?
Just wrestling is just a super tough, hard sport, and it just makes football easy and just fun. I mean, All you gotta do is 7 seconds of hard play, and then you get a break.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
So, wrestling, it's all out, man.
Yeah, it's just a grind.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been wrestling, then, competitively?
My freshman year, I started wrestling like out of state and stuff.
Okay. So freshman year out of state, huh?
Yeah.
What about as a youth? Were you with a
I was pretty bad.
And then when did it all turn for you, man? When did you start becoming the stud that you are now?
After my 8th grade year.
After 8th grade.
I went to the 28-day J. Robinson camp, and I just started really liking it and
put your heart into it a little bit, and
yeah.
they teach you some technique and stuff like that. That
yeah.
make a difference too, then, huh? Okay. And then your dad was saying Rutgers contacted you as well, huh? Maybe offering you a chance to wrestle and play football. So does that intrigue you or what, man?
A little bit. I don't know. I was always set on picking one sport and going as far as I possibly can in that sport, but playing 2 sports at a Big Ten school would
be tough.
I'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And you said you're at Nebraska. They lost the game this past weekend, but 88,000 people. It was just in terms of an experience for you, man. How would you rank that?
Oh, it was crazy. It was insane. They take their football seriously.
Yes, they do, man. That's all they have down there. You
yeah.
know, that's it. But it was something that you could see yourself possibly being a part of, huh?
Yeah.
A big program like that. All right, now we're going to have a couple fun questions here, okay? You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, so you're stranded on a deserted island. You could have an endless supply of one food. What would it be?
It's a tough question, but I'd have to go with steak.
Well, you're a wrestler, man. You're a protein guy, right?
Yeah, and I never get to eat steak, and so it'd be steak and probably mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
My favorite.
Man, that goes together, man. Little steak and mashed potatoes doesn't get much better than that, huh?
No.
All right, and if you could describe Coach Johnston in one word, how would you describe him? What word would you use?
I would say he's got a lot of energy.
Energy, huh?
Yeah.
He does, man. You know,
yeah.
that guy, he can still get around. I wouldn't want to mess with him.
Crazy energy.
He's in great shape, though, man, right? I mean,
yeah.
He is. He's in great shape, man. All right, well, Eric, good luck this season, man. I know the game you really got yourself, you got that Oak Forest game circled. I'm sure that Lamont game circled, too, right? Those are the
yeah.
2 biggies, man?
Huge
games, right? Huge games. All right. All right, folks, we are going to go to an athletics, sports, and rehabilitation timeout. Remember, you're injured, you need some rehab work, Tom Mulvey at Athletics is the guy for you. All right, folks, we come back. Standard Bank text poll question of the week, chance to win a $50 gift card, and then we're going to have a results segment as well, players of the week, all kinds of good stuff. Stay tuned.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a half sausage for you and your husband and a half just cheese for the kids, who never seem to stop moving. Go ahead and take the night off, Mom. I got you covered. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
At Standard Bank and Trust, we believe that choosing a community bank and finding the latest conveniences are not mutually exclusive. You can have both. We strive to give our customers value and convenience, like online banking with mobile deposit, so you can bank anywhere, anytime, and competitive rates on mortgage and home equity loans. At Standard Bank, you'll find services that fit your lifestyle and people you know. We're Standard Bank, in your neighborhood.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Again, I'd like to thank Tinley Park football coach Nick Johnston and senior linebacker Eric Schultz for being our guests. And I also got to meet Eric's father, Eric Sr., privileged to meet him as well. So, all right, all good. I got a little problem, though, you know, the getting locked out of here. I haven't had this much problem getting into a school since my days. I'd say it was about 10, 15 years ago when Sandburg banned me from their sidelines. I could only stand on the visitors' sidelines when I'd go to Sandburg. But that's a story for another day. All right, folks, time for the Standard Bank text poll question of the week. A chance to win a $50 gift card. Compliments of Standard Bank. Remember, standardbanks.com, commercial, residential, they have everything you need at Standard Bank. All right, here we go. Which high school did Tinley Park football coach Nick Johnston graduate from? All right, text A for Tinley Park. Text B for Oak Forest, text C for Mount Carmel, text D for Homewood Flossmoor. All right, text your answer to 708-365-8501. Texter number 3 with the correct response wins a $50 gift card. Compliments of Standard Bank. Good luck. Results segment sponsored by Athletics, Sports, and Rehabilitation. Our good guy, Tom Mulvey. All right, here we go. HF 43, Stevenson 29. Game I was at up in Lincolnshire. Absolutely phenomenal atmosphere, state championship-like atmosphere, standing room only crowd. Good to see the Vikings pull this one out. Deontay Harley-Hampton, 209 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Devontae Harley-Hampton, 162 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Bryce Gray, 12 of 17, 204 yards and a touchdown. Kendrick Pryor, 5 catches, 138 yards. Kendrick Pryor gave his verbal commit last week to Wisconsin. Congratulations to Kendrick on that. Brother Rice, 49, Crete-Monee, 21. For Rice, Cam Miller, 30 of 43, 374 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's getting it done again, folks. Ricky Smalling, 7 catches, 163 yards and a TD. Rice defense with 5 interceptions on the day. For Crete-Monee, Clint Rakovich, 2 touchdown passes. Don't worry, the Warriors will bounce back from this. Lincoln Way North, 27, Sandburg, 14. For Lincoln Way North, Jimmy Valos, 4-yard TD run, 2 interceptions. Dave Lux, 56-yard fumble return for a TD. Drew Slager, 7 catches, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Lincoln Way North defense with 4 interceptions. For Sandburg, Alec Fiden, 17 of 34, 186 yards. Also had 76 yards rushing on 20 carries. Patrick Bruckey with a 1-yard TD run for the Eagles, who are 1-1 on the season. Mount Carmel, 48, Morgan Park, nothing. For Mount Carmel, A.J. Lewis, 21-yard TD run. Steve Wordle, 28-yard TD reception. Mike Kennedy, 20-yard TD reception. Alec Thomas with a 58-yard run. For the Caravan, who are 1-1, host Providence, an 0-2 Providence team who was fighting for their playoff lives. 7:30 p.m. at Gately Stadium Friday night. Joliet Catholic, 34, Wheaton North, 14. For JCA, Michael Johnson, 242 yards rushing, 2 TDs. Jake Kinsella, 2 TD receptions. Bill Rotnicki, 2 interceptions. And Zach Lukasik, 2 sacks for JCA. And Tinley Park, 21, St. Iggy, nothing. For Tinley Park, Danny McCullough, quarterback, 290 yards, passing, and 3 touchdowns. Nice job. All right, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. Have to hook up Brother Rice quarterback Cam Miller. 30 of 43, 374 yards, 5 touchdowns. Lead the Crusaders to a 49-21 win over Crete-Monee. That's a follow-up from week 1 when he threw for 6 touchdown passes. So that is pretty phenomenal, 11 touchdown passes. So we're going to hook up Cam with a nice $25 gift card, compliments of Labriola Baker Cafe in Oak Brook and Chicago. The Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week, Lincoln Way North Girls Volleyball. Allison Capel, 13 kills and 10 digs to lead the Phoenix to a 25-22, 25-21 win over Providence. For her efforts, hook her up with a nice goodie bag, compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon. All right, folks, we're going to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. When we return, high and tight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
You can only make one first impression, so make sure it's a good one with the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club, where it's fun and affordable to get the latest trends. Girls, head to the salon and get pampered for only $27. Guys, get the cut and style you've always wanted for only $17. Or try out our other salon services. It's time to get noticed, only at Lisa Thomas Salon. Your style, perfect style.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has trained technicians and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Now I know what a pizza feels like in the oven, because it is hot. It's a scorcher. It is a scorcher on Labor Day. All right, folks, high and tight, how about Lincoln Way North? All right? Scheduling a Class 8A opponent like Sandburg. Lincoln Way North, tiny, half the students is Sandburg. 6A, 7A, borderline school, the Phoenix are. And they sit there and say, we're going to take you on. We want you, Sandburg. And what do? They beat them by 2 touchdowns. That shows some brass ones. That's what I like to see. What are you going to get out of playing a Solario or some other CPS slouch? Okay, you get the victory. You know, challenge your kids. Those are the games these kids are going to remember the rest of their lives, going up and beating Sandburg. All right? That's what I like to see. All right, folks, have a great week. We'll see you next week.